This follow-up on the Craig's advanced table brackets that will carry the track. And I think there is a problem with the design, and I will explain what I'm experiencing because each cut I'm finding myself I'm off about 1/8, and I'm digging a little bit wider and wider than the initial cut that was supposed to be a crispy line 90 degrees with the rest of the table dog holes and the guides. So I put it here. All right, I put it here. So basically the track bracket, this is the bracket that goes on the table. All right, so this goes on the table here, and this attaches to it, and this is tightens, and those two will go on the side of the table. And this is the bracket that goes on the track of the saw. Now, the problem is that when they did make those, they didn't have two sets of holes to adjust the bracket in a way that is going to sit the flush with the one that goes on the table. And let me show you the second one. So here's the second one. Let me explain, please. One will go completely flush. All right, and you have the set of holes like this, and this is the other one that goes like this. Let me show you the difference between the two, and I will explain where the problem is going to be. You see? So this one on one side, and this one on this other side like that. All right? And this is the, let me just do it like this. So basically, this is the tip goes in the table, and this tip goes in the table, and one side and one side. So one side is sitting like this, flush. However, the other one, look how it is sitting like this. Now, the reason for that, because they didn't want to bother to dig holes in a way that will adopt it, that this will sit the flush. Now, here's the problem. When you attach it to those screws on the side of the table, you have to put this on one side, and the other one goes with a knob on this screw here. And that goes like that. Okay, now let me show you the problem here. When you have this, and it is curving out like that, and you sit it like this, matching the hole, you're going to see that the hole is fitting perfect, because this has room, because this is flaring out. It's sitting flush here, and it's flaring out, and this has a perfect match. However, when you get here, because this is doing the opposite, you sit this on it, and look at the hole. It's not sitting flush. Let me try to get it against the light. It's not flush. So when you want to get the screw in here, this pivots and it doesn't sit 90 degrees. And I tried it on the other side. It's the same. When you sit it here, look how I'm sliding it. You see that extra room there? Let me try. Here we go. You see the extra room? However, when you do it with this one, it's sitting perfect. Same on this side here. Sits perfect. And those supposed to keep it sliding up and down straight, because those are guides. And this is sturdy. This is beautiful. This is sturdy. This is thick, very thick. It doesn't bend. But that's the problem here, that when you do it like this, here I'm seeing it, that it's probably off a little bit too on this side. I don't know why. Maybe this one goes with one knob and this one goes, so it's kind of a little bit wiggly room for it. So yeah, this is perfect. But however, with this one, either sides, it's not fitting perfect. There's extra room here, and same applies here. Let me try to get it flush with the edge. You see? It doesn't. So simply that keeps, when you try to put it against the table, keeps wiggling, and that throws this off. After 2 or 3 cuts, 4 cuts, 5 cuts, I find when I set it 90 degrees underneath the track, because the point that is attached to the track is only one, you have those 2 that are doing nothing here. So after a while, 4 cuts, 5 cuts, and then I find it shifting a little bit, and I find my line, the cutting line, is kind of a little bit at the far end of the table, not at the saw end. At the far end is kind of a little bit getting wider by a smidgen, by 1/16 probably. At one certain cut, I found myself at 1/8. I think this is the flaw here. I don't know how to fix that. I have to think of something, but this is a flaw that, first, I think it could be that those holes need to be drilled into the track, so you will have 3 supporting points, so this will not wiggle. But I'm not sure if that is going to interfere with the hinge mechanism, because probably the hinge has to still have some kind of room to work properly. I'm not sure if that's the case, because this has to be 90. This has to be 90. And with this problem I just described here, it cannot, it just keeps, it's not, when you put it against the table with the screws coming out, this one doesn't go well with it. So this a little bit further from the table. This one here, that's flushed. It has this perfect match, and it goes a flush with the table. This goes a flush with the table. It does. And this one, because I put it where the saw is, this one didn't change much, didn't change. I found it a little bit off 90 degrees, but not as much as the far end. This is the problem. I don't know how to solve it. I'm going to think about a solution and see what we can do. If anyone has any comment that can help me with this, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good day.